My name's Albert Geigel and I'm the principal of MW Partners, Specialist Dental Accountants. What I'm talking to you in this episode is something that's fairly new, and that is Single Touch Payroll. This has been introduced by the Tax Office and has already started for those dental surgeries that employ 20 staff or more. And this is effective from the 1st of July 2018. Smaller practices, and in fact all businesses that employ staff, will need to go onto this real-time reporting system, which links in with the Tax Office to report wages paid to employees. Everyone will need to be on that by the 1st of July 2019. Now, the reason for this reporting is to improve the reporting status. The ATO really wants to know what's being paid to employees, whether pay-as-you-go withholding is correctly deducted from each of the employees. Some of the benefits are that when you're doing single touch payroll and that information is going through to the Tax Office, it will be verified at the initial setup, but it will also be verified as payments are made, so that things such as incorrect tax file numbers, incorrect amounts withheld, those type of things will be able to be corrected, or you'll get a notification electronically that something's not right with one of the employees or a payroll that's been processed. Overall, it should make things a lot more accurate, because the wages that you put through the single touch payroll system, as well as the tax that's been withheld, will correspond, or should correspond exactly with what you're putting on your business activity statements and instalment activity statements, and should lead to much faster processing at year end for employees' group certificates, if I use the old terminology, but really their payment summaries. The real problem is going to come with those clients that aren't computerised. Now, there aren't many these days, but there certainly are older clients that are running just a very small sole practitioner type practice that may not be computerised. It's not just being computerised, it's also about being in the cloud, because the data needs to be transferred electronically. And quite frankly, at the moment, even though we are currently in the system, there's a whole range of software suppliers that haven't yet quite got all their systems in place. Most of the major ones, like your MYOB and your Xeros, are compliant, but there's a number of our clients that, even though they may use MYOB, are using a separate payroll package, and those packages may not yet be compliant. Hopefully over time, and certainly it better happen over the next 12 months, those things will become more compliant. So you need to be computerised within the next 12 months, and you'll need to be in the cloud. One of the other problems that we're going to find is any mistakes that you're making on payroll will be instantly reported to the ATO, because it's going to go through electronically. Not that the ATO is going to be acting so much as Big Brother. Their main concern is that people get paid correctly and tax gets withheld correctly, but some things that may have been done retrospectively before, such as we've forgotten or we didn't pay a spouse for bookkeeping duties, or we may have had a related party where we're not paying them a weekly wage and we just sort of do a catch up at the end of the year. Those type of things will be very much highlighted and may raise a red flag with the Tax Office, so that they have a look and say, well look, is this really a legitimate employee? Are they really performing the bookkeeping services? Would they be paying a wage in this manner of this amount to someone who was not a related party? So we're going to need to be a much more proactive, and we're going to have to cut down on how flexible we are with making adjustments to payroll, directors' fees, a number of those things. At year end, it'll have to be legitimate and done across the board. This will also bring up, particularly since most of you are now with SuperStream, so that you're able to pay your superannuation through that method. That will indicate immediately to the tax office if you've not paid the correct super or you've paid it late. Unfortunately, if you pay superannuation on behalf of an employee late, then technically it needs to come under a super guarantee payment. Super guarantee payments paid late are not tax deductible. So there's the penalty with late payment of superannuation, apart from the fact there's administration and potential other costs. So it's going to be extremely important that you pay superannuation on time. And if your requirements are that you pay quarterly, but we're now finding that a lot of clients are paying on a monthly basis just to make sure that they've met their requirements by the end of the quarter. They don't run into a big bill. And in some cases where it's a related party or it's salary and wages for themselves, for the principal dentist, then they're paying their superannuation or the super guarantee component in advance. So pay it at the start of the year, and you've covered all your 4 quarters. You can then make an adjustment at the end. You can't now leave your super till the end, particularly if it's a super guarantee amount. Obviously through SuperStream, salary sacrifice and those type of payments are also reported through to the super funds. So there's a lot more real-time electronic data with respect to the employment of staff that will be going through to the tax office. It's an area that we must be vigilant on and extremely accurate. We will be assisting all of our smaller clients so that they will absolutely be able to comply with the Single Touch Payroll system well before the 30th of June 2019. And if you require any assistance, most certainly call our office and we can assist on that basis. That's all from me for this episode. I hope you've got a lot out of that. I hope you've got at least some forewarning that something needs to be done over the next 12 months before the 30th of June 2019. And look out for my next episode, which is going to be a more detailed explanation of bucket companies. So they're investment companies that get fed distributions from service trusts, dental trusts, family trusts, those type of things, and are a valid investment vehicle that will help save you a lot of tax. So look out for the next episode.